kind of screwed everything up. But they're going to get back on track next season, I've heard. So, alright. Alright, let's get some music going here. And, I'm kind of, contradicting myself because I did express a little, hate towards Kawhi about his load management a couple years ago. And, obviously he was trying to trick people into thinking he had an injury. Or, he may have been, we don't know. I think he was. And again, it's good for a team. I think the Nets might be doing something about that, but I could be completely off on this too. So, load management, really, it works out for the team, but as long as the team is okay with the fans not liking it, it's okay. All right, let's get some music on. So, Sheldon Rankins said that Salah's attacking defense can turn the Jets around. Now think about this, the Niners were very dominant defensively last year. When fully healthy, they were very dominant. Obviously, the start is getting the right quarterback, so hopefully Zach Wilson is the right quarterback, because that's going to determine your success. Because Salah, and that's why I said that I had a couple reasons for them to trade Sam Darnold, just give him another fresh start. He's had a rough go in New York, so just get him out. Salah is not going to be the guy to boost him. He's a defensive coach. So get the quarterback right, and Salah works on the defense. I think you'll be pretty good there. And I agree. I mean, his attacking defense, it worked very well in San Francisco, so. But then again, you also have to get those defensive pieces that will actually execute very well. So, we'll see what happens there in New York. I'm interested in it. Alright, so Shaquille O'Neal said that the Lakers do not need home court advantage in the playoffs, and that's what separates them. Now, I said this again about load management, because, LeBron and AD are obviously out. Obviously, you want to see players play, but in the playoffs, if they get hurt, you don't get to see LeBron and AD on the biggest stage, where LeBron is normally best, So, the rush, if your team is winning, there's no rush to get them back. The Nets were 19-4 without KD. What's the rush of getting him back? LeBron with AD. They're kind of winning without them. What's the rush? So, all right, final segment of the day. 33 minutes. So, all right. Who would I put this person in the Hall of Fame? All right. So first up is Julian Edelman. Personally, I'm predicting if they will go in the Hall of Fame. Not what I would do. So Edelman's not going in the Hall of Fame because Hines Ward's not a Hall of Famer. And he has a beat out in stats, basically everywhere. I would put him in personally. But yeah, even though Edelman has done well, in the big games and on the big stage, and that's why I would put him in the Hall of Fame, obviously. But, if you're not going to put Hines Ward in there, who was also good in the playoffs and also had better stats, Edelman's not going to go in there. So it's a no, but I would put him in. All right. So, Eli Manning. It's a yes. You can't tell a story of football without him, basically. So that automatically puts him in there. And let's look at some of his stats. Really, let's look at some of the stats here. Eli Manning, top 10 in NFL history in passing yards and touchdowns. One of 12 quarterbacks with multiple Super Bowl titles. One of 5 quarterbacks to win multiple Super Bowl MVPs. I think that's a Hall of Fame resume to me. So Eli Manning is a yes. Matt Ryan is a no. I like him, but I think a lot of his stats are junk yards, and he's not winning enough. And blowing that Super Bowl lead was a little rough, so I think it's a no for him. Doesn't win enough, and he gets a lot of junk yards, I feel like. So, that being said, it's a no. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Alright. Julio Jones, I'm gonna say is a yes. Most receiving yards per game. 96. Julio Jones has been amazing his entire career. He's been in the top 5, top 7 discussion for a receiver every year he's been in the league. There's been points where he's been the number 1 receiver in the league. So, that being said, I think he's a Hall of Famer. He's got the stats. He's got the resume. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Alright, so Ndamukong Suh. I'm gonna say it's a no. He had like 2 or 3, like, good years. And then he had a couple of... And then he's had productive years. He's had productive years, and he had a couple good years. So, I don't know if that's really a Hall of Fame worthy resume, but I do think it is. He might be able to get my vote if he keeps putting a productive. If he continues to perform in the big games, he's gonna get my vote. So that's what I'm gonna put in there. I would put Sue in there if he is still productive in the playoffs. Jason Witten, I think this is obvious. It's a yes. It would be stupid to not put him in. He's one of the best tight ends ever. One of the best Cowboys ever. He has the most receptions and receiving yards in Cowboys history. Second most receptions and yards in Cowboys in tight end. Second most receptions and receiving yards by any tight end in NFL history, and an 11-time Pro Bowler. I think that's a resume of a Hall of Fame worthy resume to me. Frank Gore, Colin Cowherd said no, but I'm saying yes, and he's absolutely a Hall of Famer. Look at his resume real quick for me. Let's see this. Third most rushing yards in NFL history. Third. Only behind Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith. 9 1,000 rushing yard seasons. Most games played by any running back in NFL history with 241. And that's another thing where Eli Manning, he never missed a game. Or hardly missed a game. Frank Gore hardly missed a game. Third most rushing yards in NFL history, only behind Peyton and Smith. I think it's an easy Hall of Fame right here. Odell Beckham Jr. is a no. I think Cameron Brate has more receiving yards in the past couple years, and he's not playing enough, and he's not winning enough. Therefore, OBJ is not making the Hall of Fame as of now. He can pick it up. Cam Newton is a no. Of all the quarterbacks who have had 3,000 attempts at least 3,000 attempps, he has the worst completion percentage. So, I'm going to say no for him, for Cam Newton. I like him, but he had one good year, or one great year, and if you don't have enough great years, you're not going to the Hall of Fame. So, Cam Newton is a no for me. Ezekiel Elliott is a no. He had one great year, and then his rushing yards have declined in the past 4 years. Like, it keeps declining, like, getting worse. Literally, worse every year. So, I am not giving him a Hall of Fame vote. Patrick Mahomes, give me a couple more years. because he has only won 38 games. And while that's awesome for the amount of time he's played, well, considering he's only played 3 years, that's awesome that he has 38 wins. But I'm just saying he hasn't been in the NFL long enough to be in the Hall of Fame. All right. So good stuff today. Am I actually 40 minutes? Nice. All right. Good stuff today. A lot of college football talk, a lot of football talk in general. Load management talk. I don't think I've given my opinion on that yet, so that was awesome. And this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan, Google Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio. This is Daily Dose of Dylan. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.